Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cam Cut. Let's use our imaginations real quick. Imagine you walk to one of the richest communities in the United States. All the houses starting off at $1 million, just for example. You walk into small yard like, I know your house is worth at least $1 million, but I want to buy a house, and I don't want to buy it for me. I want to buy it for 300,000. I want to buy it for a price that I feel most comfortable with. So listen, if your house value dropped down to 300,000, guess what? I will buy your house. And guess what I need you to do for me? I need you to pay me $50,000 cash for just potentially buying your house. And there's going to be a contract, and our contract is going to expire in 2 weeks. So listen, if the value of your house go down to 300,000, I will buy it. If your value of your house stay the same or go up, I won't buy your house. But guess what? I'm gonna keep that $50,000. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? But guess what? The stock market is just like that. You can literally do that with the stock market. And today, this we're going to talk about cash secure puts. Okay, so let me give you a stock example of a cash secure put. Let's just say I want to buy 100 shares of TSLL. If the price go down to a price that I like. One thing about cash secure puts is you're willing to buy a stock, right? But not at the price that everybody else want to buy it. What happened is the stock market will literally pay you cash weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, however you want to do it. They'll literally pay you cash for potentially buying a stock. Okay, so let's do a live example. Okay, this is stock XYZ. The price of the stocks is $10 per share. Okay, if you want to buy 100 shares of this stock, it costs you $1,000. So that's what most people do when they buy stocks. They just pay whatever the market offered to them at. So the stock price is $10. People are like, okay, I'll buy it at $10. That's fine with me. But with a cash secure put, not only you making income, aka premium, you tell the stock market how much you're willing to pay for the stock. If the stock go down to that price, good, you now own the shares. But if the stock stay above that price, the strike price, which for this time I'm gonna say $8. So here we go. The stock price that I'm willing to buy XYZ at is $8 per share. If I want to buy 100 shares of it at $8, it'll only cost me $800. But check this out. In this contract, I'm getting a $200 premium. That means they paying me $200 no matter what happened. The stock can go up, the stock can go sideways, the stock can go down. Guess what? That $200 is mine regardless. But let's just say the stock went from $10 to $8, which is a big drop. Guess what? I will buy 100 shares of this stock for $800. But check this out. I'm collecting a $200 premium. So I'm not really spending $800 for the stock. I'm only spending $600 because that's the power of the cash secure put. Okay, so far with the cash secure put, we talk about the stock. We talk about we're willing to buy a stock if it dropped down a certain amount. We talk about the premium, but what we didn't talk, we also talk about the strike price. But one thing we didn't talk about, we didn't talk about the expiration. A put contract, a cash put is a contract between two people. So what happens is these contracts, there's expiration dates. As a seller, you pick the expiration date. If you want this contract to last 1 week, you want this contract to last 2 weeks, a month, 6 months. The thing is this: once the contract expire and the stock stay above your strike price, you keep that full premium. Now listen, if it drop below your strike price at expiration date, you still keep the premium, but now you obligated to buy 100 shares of this stock. That being said, you gotta have collateral, and that's one thing that's a lot of people don't like about cash but you gotta have collateral. So for example, if I wanted to buy 100 shares of XYZ at $8 per share and it go under it, I gotta have about $800 in collateral because they're gonna force me to buy 100 shares of the stock if it go down $8. Again, once the contract is over, either two things are gonna happen: you're gonna exercise the $800 you got as collateral, they're gonna use to buy 100 shares, or you'll get your collateral back if the stock stay above. But again, the cash secure put is a win-win situation, and that's why cash secure puts is one of the best strategies that I recommend for anybody that want to make passive income in the stock market. Okay, so we talk about the stock, we talk about the strike price, we talk about the expiration, we talk about the collateral. Now let's talk about what do it mean to be exercised. So again, our option contract is an agreement between two people. Exercise is when you pick your strike price. Again, we use $8 for stock XYZ. If it went from $10 to $7.75, that means my contract will be exercised, meaning the market makers will take my $800 in collateral and they will force me to buy 100 shares of this stock. That's what I mean by exercise. Again, it's not a bad thing because I only do cash cure puts on stocks that I love, stocks that I truly believe in. I would never do a cash cure put on a stock that I don't like, that I don't believe in, I don't know nothing about. I do cash cure puts on stocks that I want to own anyway. If you're going to buy stocks anyway, why not get paid for it? Why not get paid premium? Why not tell the market, hey, I will buy the stock, but I want to buy it at a price that I want to buy, not at a price you want me to buy it. And that's the difference between me and you. You will spend $1,000 to buy 100 shares of stock X, Y, and Z. I won't do that. I refuse. Listen, if I'm in the stock market, I'm in the game to make money. I'm not here to sit around twiddling my fingers. I'm all about making money. If I want to buy a stock, I want them to pay me to buy a stock. I'm not doing nothing for free. I'm too smart. I'm too educated. I'm not an idiot. I'm not buying anything unless I'm getting paid for it. And that's how it should be for everybody in the stock market. That's why I'm trying to teach you guys about cash cure puts and the importance of understanding how cash cure puts work. Now you might be asking me, oh Dion, I'm now exercised. I now own 100 shares of this stock. What I would say to you is congratulations. Now you own 100 shares of a stock that you love at a super big discount. This video is not about cover calls, but I can show you, now that you own 100 shares, now I can show you how to rent shares out for passive income. The same way people rent out their houses, their apartments, their homes, I can show you how to rent out shares of stock and make even more money with shares that you already own. Again, it's not about cover calls, but a lot of people just hold shares of stock just to hold. But a smart person that have wisdom, they will rent their shares out and make weekly income. But that's for next time. If you'd like to be an active member on my Discord or join the mentorship group, hit me up. Let me know if you're serious about trading, taking your finances to the next level. I'm that guy. It's Camp Cut, and I'm out.